Okay, I hope all is well. We're going to be using the Elemental Empath deck. And this is a self-love oracle deck for empathic women. And I haven't used it in a really long time. All right, so connecting with you all with the intention to bring clarity and insight for your highest and greatest good. And we are surrounded in love, and so it is. Divine love. Courage. First card out. Yeah, this is kind of, tapping into that inner strength, taking inspired action, and trusting yourself above anything else. And it just takes like another level of bravery. Okay, I feel like you've had to dig deep. I feel like you have done the work when it comes to self-reflection, okay? I do feel that with the mirror in reverse here, I feel like the world is a mirror. And this is you noticing the patterns and clearing the blocks. So what I'm getting is that you've done a lot of work in this area, all right? And it took a lot of courage, okay, for you to do this kind of reflection. And a lot of people run from themselves, right? And they also run from those that reflect back to them. Okay, so I feel like there's some sort of awareness about that. It's like the contrast too. There's a whole contrast here. All right, we are emphasizing a perspective. All right, I feel like there was a lot that was gained in this past cycle of yours. I feel like you had to go so deep to the point of evaluating your beliefs. I feel like you've gained some sort of bird's eye view. You're more in the creator observer energy versus the player reactor, okay, energy. I feel like you see things from a bigger picture. And again, I'm paying attention to the energy that this card is showing, which is kind of like a ripple effect. And it's like it begins with you, and I feel like the perspective gained here is that there is this introspection, right? And it starts from within, and then it presents outwardly. And I feel like when you realize it starts with you, it also contributes to collective energy. And so there's this big shift and emphasis for us to really kind of do what we can to look within, so that we aren't projecting all this energy out, right? Within our surroundings, and as well as a collective perspective. I do feel like there is this integration that's playing out now, this self-acceptance. I feel like you're applying the lessons at this time, and you very much could be very focused on grounding and healing, okay? I feel like you're also very cognizant of your reactions to things, because you now understand how those could create a cause and effect. I do feel that there is this closing out of a cycle with letting go. I feel like things are playing out in divine timing. I feel like you have forgiven yourself and others, and you've been processing and releasing emotions. Okay. Honoring the journey. So this is you understanding that you can't rush the process. Divine timing. Experiencing life, enjoying, what life brings. And respecting respecting others and allowing messes to happen, right? Not everything's supposed to be squeaky clean. This is you trusting the universe and following the flow, as well as the cycles, and having patience and observing the signs. Okay, a lot of growth and development here, a lot of shadow work here. I feel like you've really went within and really pushed forward. And this isn't just for feminine energies that resonate with this. I would say this is a very big representation of what's been going on collectively. Yeah, and then I feel like the sun will shine again, all right? This came in kind of sideways, so I feel like this is, part of what's playing out here. And this is anchoring in the light, okay? It's almost like this purity again. There's been this like release, this cleanse, this purge. So there's this like innocence and purity again. I'm also getting illumination and motivating and understanding that like you're not here to dim your light. And so I feel like you've done a good job of releasing things that may have been dimming your light. I feel like it's as a result of a ton of self-love that you have given to yourself. This self-acceptance, self-care, compassion, and just being vulnerable with like who you are. Like you pick this vessel for a reason. You know, your own marks are a representation of an amazing journey. I feel like you appreciate all the stops along the journey. I feel like you wear your scars like warrior paint. And I feel like you're just kind of in flow with just, you know, being your most authentic self, which is just awesome. I feel like you do have a lot of hope for the future. You do have a lot of faith and trust. You have hope versus expectations. Okay. So I feel like you're hopeful, but you understand that sometimes things come to you in a more higher vibrational way if you don't have some sort of like determined outcome. So this is you just kind of like trusting that like you'll be supported along your journey. And again, like you have, you know, spirit guides, spirit animals that are along for the journey as well. I feel like you're very supported and guided by your spiritual team, and your spiritual team may be entities that you wouldn't typically recognize per se. So I wouldn't say like, I feel like keep an open mind when it comes to who supports you in the spiritual realm is what I'm getting. Okay. For some of you, that's awesome. All right, cool. Cats might be significant, or Lyran energy could be significant. Let's see what else we can provide that would be supportive, caring, and loving at this time. Okay. Let's see. All right. The devil. Geez. Straight out of the gate. Again, representing all the shadow work, all the processing and programming and matrix kind of fear, mindset, control, manipulation that you had to overcome and kind of, you know, navigate through. Again, like a lot of times we're blindfolded, we're unaware, we're unawoken. Okay, so this is representing the fact like you didn't start off like it took courage to separate yourself from what truly was manipulating and controlling and holding you back. So I feel like there was quite a bit that you had to rely on because you were blindfolded in a lot of the situations. You didn't have all the awareness and the knowing and the details and the receipts and all of those things. And you maybe not have even had the understanding or consciousness. Okay, so I feel like this is you understanding this and having compassion, having forgiveness for that. And sometimes we have, you know, blockages or some sort of bondage to things that, you know, we maybe created but had this unawareness of like, hey, if I create this, what's the repercussions of that? Not that everything you create has repercussions, but I do feel like if we're operating from a shadow space, then we're going to receive shadow in return. So that's like that mirror energy. So I feel like you switched gears. Okay. I have the Emperor in reverse. Okay. So the Emperor in reverse is like, I feel like somebody you might have been dealing with in the past maybe wasn't able to do the reflecting, maybe you mirrored back to that energy something that they didn't want to see or wasn't ready to heal from or deal with or see. Maybe there was choices that were made as it resulted in some healing. I feel like maybe in the past you didn't see yourself as, maybe there was like some sort of perception that you had of yourself that, you weren't good enough, you weren't a leader. Like, I feel like there's some sort of like initiation that happened with some of this. I feel like you were able to like tap in. I feel like you were asked to kind of like be in charge, be the leader of your own life. Like, no one was going to do this shadow work for you. You had to do it. I feel like, and you stepped up to the plate, and I'm getting like you did it. Okay. But I would say not everybody that you were dealing with has put in this kind of work. I feel like with the Emperor in the reverse, this is really like a very toxic masculine energy. Okay. And I'm getting that they're in the Four of Cups. I just got the Four of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I feel like, and then I have the Queen of Swords, and then I have the Three of Swords. So I feel like maybe you reflected back to someone their parts that are unhealed, and as a result, there might have been action taken against you. But I do feel like there is this loss, depression, some sort of in their emotions. I feel like there was something that needed to be done because it no longer was serving your highest and greatest good. And so there was some sort of like cutoff or some sort of release, some sort of ending, letting go, timing, forgiving oneself and others, and processing emotions. And then I have the Queen of Swords. So I would say that you had to make a very strong judgment call about maybe who you were surrounded by, what you're doing. It was a call to action. And I feel like you answered the call, and you did the work. You did the shadow work. You gained a new perspective. I feel like maybe things were shown to you that were being done behind the scenes, and you had to take courage to walk away. And I feel like the divine gave you this perspective, this understanding, like this knowing, okay, so that you could free yourself and let go of maybe the 3D reality or what you were experiencing in the 3D. I feel like it required a lot of bravery. I do feel like there was this betrayal, this deceit, this pain, this suffering that you went through. But I feel like you understand, like, it was part of your journey. It was part of your lessons. It was part of your growth and development. So I feel like you were able to take this like on the chin. It definitely has led you in a new direction when it comes to what you are aware of now. I feel like you have like this bigger picture thinking. You have a lot of experience as a result of what you've gone through. This is you kind of like daydreaming and trying to like connect with your higher self, maybe the universe, maybe putting out a call far and wide to your soul family. I feel like this is you thinking about what could be in the future. I feel like there was some sort of like shift that was made. Yeah, I feel like this is you like daydreaming and creating. Like, sometimes we have to sit back and just kind of like daydream and manifest what our reality is that we want to experience here in this lifetime. And I feel like now you have the abilities, the freedom, this space, the consciousness as well to create this beautiful 10 of Cups. I feel like this is representing the sun. This is representing your light. This is representing, your passion, your motivation, and how you're not willing to dim your light for anybody, and you're standing up for what you believe in, and you're standing up for what you deserve. As a result of all of this beautiful energy, like, you could have just kept holding on to this past wand and let this determine your future. But I feel like you're like, no, I've learned what I needed with this, whatever challenge that was, I've overcome it. And I'm on to, creating something new. I feel like this is you holding on to that wand, like the magician, and you're like, I can create a whole new reality for myself. And I feel like you're doing just that. So that's awesome. I feel like, again, you're moving towards some other direction that is going to bring in emotional fulfillment for you. All right, so let's talk about this emotional fulfillment for a little bit. I feel like you also redefined what brings you joy and happiness. I feel like maybe before you were swayed by what you were born into, what you grew up with, what you knew, what you didn't know. Like, I feel like there was a lot of control and manipulation, okay, to keep us from having courage, to keep us small, to keep us dim. I feel like you realized, you know, this sparked some sort of like initiation, and you're like, no one's dimming my light. I'm gonna do whatever it takes for me to break these cycles, and you did it. You legit did it. And you know, here's number 3. But I feel like, you know, you trusted your faith, you trusted the divine, you have hope versus expectations. And I feel like you went within and you gave yourself the love that you've always deserved this entire time. And as a result of that, you're able to kind of like, you know, like you're like, it's I want to say like it's hard to ignore the work you've done and how your inner and outward appearance like speaks for itself. Okay. I feel like you are this big bright light, and you're meant to kind of like spread this. Okay. So there's like something that you're answering the call and doing. You're very protected. You have resources that, you know, at any time you need, you can call on. This is also, you know, and then I have earth angel energy with the temperance. I feel like peace and harmony and balance are being restored. All right, there is this like experiencing the shadow, right? Here's that shadow. And then experience the light. Okay, so you've been able to experience both of the perspectives in life, right? Whatever that journey entailed. And I feel like this is being integrated. This has been integrated, okay, into one. All right, so you've got this temperance here that's playing out. And because it's integrated, like you're showing up as your most authentic self, okay? Which is beautiful. Yeah, I feel like there was a mindset shift. I feel like maybe in the past, there's this mirror energy, by the way. I feel like with the 8 of Swords, sometimes we are trapped by our own self-limiting beliefs, okay? So we want to make sure that we continue to have positive affirmations, positive thoughts, okay? Continue to be have courage, bravery. This is like taming the ego, okay? So sometimes our ego can run amok. And so sometimes we have to tame the beast, which is the ego. And the ego is literally like your past experiences, okay, that you've kind of collected along the way. You know, like, oh, this happened at one point. So you like make a note of it just in case it happens again. And then, you know, when something feels unsafe or unsure, unknown, that ego's like, oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. This is you being like, settle down now. Like, that's not it. Like, relax. We don't need to freak out. We don't need to create from a place of fear. So I feel like this is you taming that inner mindset. Okay. It's like reprogramming. I feel like you're helping a group do this too in some way, or this is like you dancing like nobody's watching. I feel like this is a celebration. I feel like you having this balance, you know, is like the battle of, you know, the century, which is having some sort of way to tame the inner beast, right? Because I feel like there's been so many challenges that, you know, we end up coming across where sometimes our ego gets the best of us. I do feel like there is this group here, all right, that is, this could just be like your spiritual team, like being supportive, or you have ancestors that are supporting you, or maybe there's a sisterhood or brotherhood, or heck, it could be all of humanity at this point. I feel like there's this recognition that all the work that you have put into your experience, your life, yourself, all that love, I feel like it's being recognized. You're being recognized. This is you, you know, experiencing victory and success, right? So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. That's what I'm getting. Continue to bring hope to the world, okay? We need more hope. This is you creating something that was very difficult, dark, and painful into something beautiful. And this is alchemy. This is literally transmuting energy from the dark to the light, okay? And harmonizing and balancing and doing the work of that temperance angel, okay? I feel like you created something from your pain. You created something from, you know, what you experienced. It's like you're being used as an example to show others, okay? So if you feel like your experiences are worth sharing, then I say share them. Share them in whatever way you want to share them. With the Ace of Swords, I feel like you speak your truth every single day. I feel like you're helping others to speak their truth, having the clarity, having the insight, you know, tapping into that intuition and being able to create and share that here in the physical realm. I think it's beautiful. All right. So keep sharing. Past person energy with the Six of Cups and this Emperor in reverse. Okay. I feel like, you know, you showed this person, maybe you unmasked this person, okay, with the mirror energy here. And there was some sort of retaliation for doing so, but I feel like they were operating again from their low vibrational, unhealed self, okay? And they very much could have tried to prevent you from doing your healing, okay? I feel like, again, there is this like moving on from one another. There is this completion. There is a cycle that is no longer playing out. It's closed. You gained the perspective that you needed to gain. I feel like somebody still needs to learn something. There's still like a lesson playing out here for somebody. Okay. Because I feel like maybe they didn't understand the lesson. They didn't get the lesson, or they're going to continue learning through experiences on the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there's this energy of like, maybe it would have been in my best interest to try to work this out or do the right thing, but didn't take any action. And I feel like we're in it for their own self-interests. So regardless of whether, you know, they have fond memories or not, doesn't really matter. I feel like they're still not able to show up for you the way that you deserve them to. And for that reason, you understand that, have compassion for that, but don't need to be involved in that, right? I feel like maybe in the past you would have tried to help this person without them doing any of the work themselves. And so I feel like the healed version of you is going to allow them to learn the way that God wants them to learn, okay? And you're staying out of it. You're allowing that healing to happen the way it's supposed to happen. Right? We can't save everybody. They've got to do their own inner work. Okay. Yeah. This is like someone holding back, someone, you know, holding on to your energy, even though you've already cut them off and let them go. Okay. Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles. I feel like maybe they never felt like they had enough. And so they're always after that next thing to kind of like gain from. Okay. So I feel like this, you know, who knows if they're even if these are even their flowers. Like, I feel like this energy could take from others. Okay. I feel like there's this like, they use other people's stability. Yeah. Here's like, yeah, look, Nine of Cups and then the Page of Cups. I feel like there's somebody kind of still wanting to hold on to your energy because you are like full of divine love. And it's like they just want a little bit. It's like you're the elixir. It's like you're the, like maybe they've been, you know, I feel like this is also like source energy, meaning like they need material things around them, surrounding them, right? To have them feel like they're worth something. And I feel like you're so full of love that like you don't even care about the physical things, right? Like you're enough all in your own right. And I feel like this person from the past may have needed material things in order to feel any love for themselves, okay, with the Page. And again, like I feel like, you know, their family experiences have not helped them to really be very emotionally mature when it comes to family or interpersonal dynamics. I feel like there was like a, you know, a Page energy is also like a bit immature when it comes to like emotional ability, growth, development, security. So if they're not feeling like they're enough, then there's maybe some abandonment wounds, maybe even some lack mindset. But I feel like, maybe it's as a result of their family dynamics growing up. And I feel like we've all had to heal from that. We've all had to be born in a family. We've experienced the programming, we've experienced the pain and the trauma, and it's really up to us, like, how we deal with our pain. We're all responsible for our own pain and our own healing, and to continue to project it onto other people and continue to cause harm on others without any accountability is where, there's going to be some sort of adjustment, some sort of learning, some sort of growth opportunity, so that we're not continuously afflicting other people from a place of pain and suffering and trauma. Judgment here at the bottom of the deck, okay? So again, like, reiterating the fact that, like, regardless of what you experienced as a child, you're still responsible for your own healing, okay, and growth and development, all right? I feel like there's this, you can't blame everybody else for choices that you make now, okay? So there's like this accountability thing playing out here. All right. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. What's the Three of Pentacles? Knight of Swords. I feel like, this opportunity, this new direction I'm getting, like, it is something that is going to be a wish come true, okay? And I feel like there's an energy here that, maybe drinking their sorrows away or having a hard time coping. Three of Pentacles, Knight of Swords energy. I would say that there could be something coming towards you that might be of interest. Let's see what this is. What is this Three of Pentacles? I feel like you're working with others towards a common goal. It could have something to do with communication with the Swords energy, like fast communication, so internet stuff, on the web, social media. Yeah, and then we have the Sun card. Yeah, I feel like this is like, it's almost like tapping in, coming to a meet. Like, I feel like you're like calling. It's like you're putting out a call to others that are like-minded or collective, or you're sharing some sort of happiness, joy, hope, good energy, positive vibes. I feel like you're meant to kind of like raise the vibration of a collective, okay, through some sort of like social. So it's like you have a purpose here, okay, because you are definitely leading, from a place of high vibration. I feel like you do reach many with the Three of Cups, or those that are like kindred spirits. I feel like you work with others as part of a team to share messages, to share information that helps raise the vibration of a collective, okay? That's what I'm trying to get at, and I couldn't get it out. All right. I feel like there could be something new on the horizon here. What's this? What's this? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. What do we have? Yeah, we have Five of Cups, Ace of Swords as well. I feel like there was this effort to put you in the energy of desperation, despair, not being able to recover from emotional loss. I feel like you are protected by the Most High from any further attempts towards messing with your emotions or your emotional stability, okay? Or trying to lower your vibration so that you don't send out or receive messages, okay? I feel like there's some sort of like attempt to come after you, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like there is this like protection energy here. I'm also getting like the past energy may very much be feeling in this energy of loss, depression, emotional dysregulation. Okay, I feel like there also could be some sort of something that's slow moving, but it's on its way to you. What's on the way? Yeah, I feel like, you know, you having the limelight here. Is that supposed to be in the reverse? Let's see. Yeah, there was some sort of plan that this energy was making to try to come, either leave a Queen of Cups or come towards a Queen of Cups. I feel like it's as a result of them feeling like some sort of emotional feelings about this cycle ending and them not wanting it to end. I feel like there's this like, I want to head towards them to prevent them from moving on from me, but I'm blocked. I'm not able to access their energy. There also could be a third party here that is holding this energy back from coming towards you. Again, you will be moving on, okay? You're not interested in any kind of like reconciliation or meeting up. Like, you're not interested, okay, at all about meeting up with this past energy, okay? So, okay. Trying to get this organized over here. I feel like you're going in a different direction, okay? 10 of Wands, and you're leaving the burdens behind. I feel like this energy wants to, you know, burden you with their problems that they created, and they're not yours to solve. Yeah, they want to use emotional manipulation. I feel like they also played games with you when it came to working with others, okay? I feel like others knew what games that they were playing with you. So I feel like they are afraid the truth is going to come out. I feel like they've been hiding this secret for quite some time. Just like to the extent in which these plans and, you know, conspiring against you truly were. I feel like they were quite a lot. And I feel like they're feeling burdened for destroying, you know, a family dynamic that they didn't value. They didn't care about how they affected, you know, this family dynamic. They were meant to be a soulmate to you, okay? They're meant to be a partner. They're meant to, you know, help grow the family unit. And instead, they, you know, refused, and that's their free will choice. They went a different direction, and you're going your direction, and you are completely entitled to your new direction and you enjoying your life to the fullest. What they do with their life is their business, okay? And what you do with your life is your business. I feel like there is this like obsession over you. I feel like it's not just by this past person, it's also by a group. All right. This energy was not loyal to you. They pretended to be something that they weren't. I feel like to your face, they pretended to be loyal and devoted, but behind the scenes, they were very much in their, you know, low vibrational, lustful energy, which is the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay. I feel like they might have like been hooking up with people online. So some sort of like hookup culture, some sort of like love bombing, messaging online, fast communication, and then meeting up for sexual purposes. I feel like they might have even worked with a group. Okay, so maybe the group knew that this person was having sex for money or something weird like that. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit toxic. It's a bit toxic. Or maybe it wasn't even for money. Maybe it was just, that's what they have some sort of sexual addictions, maybe, with the Devil card out here. I feel like, or there could be like, this could be like, I don't know, I'm not gonna really go there. 9 of Swords. So it'd say, you know, they're being haunted. They're having like these repetitive thoughts. So that's why, you know, your team is like, you know, you very well could be picking up like their thoughts, and they're not yours, they're projected. So again, like doing the energy cleansing is really important. I feel like, there's some sort of fear, there's some sort of anxiety when it comes to them being exposed for what they did out of lust and desire and impulse and not giving a care about, how that impacts anybody. But I feel like there's some truths being revealed. There's exposure happening. Secrets are coming out. I feel like this is, or they're being like outed somehow, or someone has proof of something. I feel like maybe there's gossip going on with the Knight of Swords. I feel like there's some sort of like proof of like what this person might have done. Okay. And I feel like it could be exposed by a fire sign. Doesn't have to be though. I don't know. It could be it's being exposed by the third party. I feel like this third party might know quite a bit about this past energy. It might know a lot of secrets. And I feel like maybe this person is tied to this third party because they're afraid of the information getting out. I don't know. But I feel like whatever this information is, it's almost like it needs to come out because the source of it is, what needs to be healed. It's kind of like a root cause. So I feel like things are going to be exposed so that there's light, so regardless of whether you want to look at it or not, like you can't refuse to look at it anymore. Like you're forced to look at it. You're forced to deal with it. Okay. So I feel like there's some sort of like having to look into why these things did not pan out. Okay. There's some sort of self-reflection that this energy is going to be forced to do, and they do not want to do it. Believe me. Okay, they've been running. I feel like they've been running from the truth for so long. There is this total downfall playing out, all right? And this can happen in a few different ways. I would say that it could be happening to, here we have the Tower, we have Judgment, Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is, as a result of, action taken, there's reaction, and Judgment is representing like this energy might be going through some sort of catalyst event as a result of things that need to be highlighted here, exposed, so that there can be change. So I feel like change is coming, or there could be some sort of like opportunity for them to see whatever this change is as a new way of doing something, and having the ability to kind of like start over again, rebuild. I feel like, where they thought things were going to be so wonderful and bountiful, I feel like they will be experiencing the opposite of that. I feel like this is part of what's coming down, crashing, and I feel like this is as a result of a lesson that needs to be learned here. It's a catalyst for an awakening. So maybe this person, the only way to wake this person up is for them to go through some sort of like ego death. Okay. Yeah. Look, Ten of Swords, massive ending happening here. I feel like, there's healing needed in this situation. I feel like sometimes, people don't want to do healing. They're usually forced into some sort of healing through some sort of catalyst or some sort of event that happens in their life. And so, hopefully this will be a catalyst for their healing. Okay. That's what we are going to put out there. Okay. That is what we hope for. We wish them self-love. We know this is playing out in divine timing. And the spiritual awakening process is that death and rebirth process. And it's that transformation. It's that death of the old version of you and the rebirth of a new version of you. And this is happening on a collective level. This is, again, that phoenix rising. Okay. So this is like for the sake of healing ancestral repeating patterns, which played out for you, but is also playing out for this energy that I'm picking up on collectively. Okay, so I feel like we're here to help process and heal these cycles that keep repeating. And, what is the lesson that's supposedly being taught here? I feel like, there are things that are more important than financial gain. and appearance and materialism. And I feel like this is going to be a very hard lesson for someone to learn, but I feel like it's needed. I feel like this is something that has maybe been an issue for the family line, like generationally, putting value over materialism than over love, care, right? I feel like there's some things to kind of heal here. Also understanding that, like, you know, in order to heal it, you got to feel it. And most people don't want to feel it and process it. And then you surrender it and you go with the flow. And then there is this establishment of boundaries for oneself and others. And then, you know, understanding that, like, as an empath, right, like, your energy is powerful. And so now you have more control, understanding, compassion, when it comes to those that you're around, whether it's family, friends, coworkers, lovers, whatever. I feel like, you know, it is for the sake of, like, interacting with one another, because it does impact all of us, right? It starts with us and it spreads out. So again, there's a bigger lesson playing out here, not just for you, not just for the past person, but it's collective, okay? And so this is kind of our time to kind of, like, work on ourselves so that the energy we project out is of a higher vibration. And many of us are having to go through karmic lessons and closing out these cycles so that, you know, we're not recreating from a place of trauma and pain. All right. So I hope this finds who needs it, and I will see you guys next time.